So these are our fancy custom order Tosten control grips. We got the military style, and actually spent some time talking to Kevin at Tosten, going over the options, learned a lot about this. So first, why did we go military grips instead of some of their other options?
More buttons.
More buttons, and we can control what the buttons do. Turns out for us, the biggest wild card was the smoke system, and we really wanted control for the smoke system on the stick. So that kind of narrowed our options down. A lot of the other pre-built ones doesn't have a way to turn the smoke system on and leave it on without installing a latch and relay switch behind that kind of does it for you. And we all know how those electronics work. It sometimes gets flaky. So let's go over what Tosten does for you. Number one, when you order, send your sticks in. These are the actual sticks
From Vans.
We shipped them to him for like $10 UPS, and he cuts them down for us, custom, because what Vans tells you to cut down is slightly different than what you'll do with a Tosten military grip. He's got the plans. He knows what he's doing. He cuts them for you, brings them back, and even terminates all of the wires on the bottom of them, crimps the pins on, which I don't know about you. I hate crimping pins. I can do it. I'm getting better. But if he's going to do it for me, thank you. So all you have to do is pop them into the Molex plug when you're ready, and we'll work with Stein, and they'll tell us what pin position to put each one of those in to achieve what we want. So first of all, what options do we have? Well, standard with the military grip, you're going to get the 4-way hat, which is traditionally trim. For us, it's elevator trim is up and down. Airline trim will be left and right. We did do that option with Vans, so we have electric airline trim. Push to talk will be the trigger button. Underneath the trigger button is a very recessed button under here that you can press. This will be our autopilot disconnect. I was very hesitant about making that my autopilot disconnect because I didn't want to accidentally trigger it. And so I finally figured if I accidentally did trigger it, the autopilot's on, my hand shouldn't be on the stick anyway. So, but as it turns out, there's no way you're going to accidentally trigger this button.
No. Like, I can grip this right here, and I'm still not pressing
You
that
can
button.
death grip that and not press it. You really have to
intentionally click.
So if you're worried about that, you're not going to hit that button and make it what you want. Toga is going to be this button here. So let's talk about their buttons. On their configurator, you're going to see high dome and low dome. This is a high dome button. So it sticks up more and it's a lot easier to press. For Toga, I might actually switch this out to be a low dome. It's the same button and everything. It's just the piece of plastic is the difference. Low dome is a little harder to press, not quite as hard as the index button here, but you really have to hunt for it to press it. And I think Toga is one of those that you would want that. It's important that I have Toga on the stick because my hand is going to be in the throttle when I hit Toga. I don't want to be handle and then down to the throttle since we're doing the center thing. So I want to be able to Toga, power, and monitor the autopilot, make sure it's behaving. So push to talk, autopilot disconnect, Toga, trim. The important switch is the smoke system. So this is a 3-way switch where center is off, up is on and stay on, down is momentarily switch. So we've got ours set so that when we push down, it gives a puff of smoke and then stop, or up and smoke on. You could use this for, a completely different function, like, comm swap or something like that. Then the other switch is center is inactive, up is up and then off. It's a momentary switch, and down is a momentary switch. So I'm using these for radio functions like swap comm standby and primary on the comm, and I think I did ident for the other one. I have to go look what I'm telling Stein to do. It's pretty easy to make these anything I want. Other people use this for flap, so you can do push down and flaps will go to your next pre-programmed position if you have the Garmin or the VPX set up. You got to have the brains to do the flaps, but we're going to keep the flaps on the panel for us. So that's how we set up our Tosten grips. And they're exact mirror images of each other. So left hand and right hand, we're ready to go fly. And what's exciting? We're going to install these here pretty soon.
Yep.
And we're just getting the elevator push rod going right now. And this will start.
These will be in real soon.
Really exciting. So those are our Tosten grips.